So here we are. We're delighted to have two of our favorite authors. You really are. You don't even know that because you're not even in Toronto. We've got Vikram Vij and your wife Meeru. And this was the first book, Vij is at Home. Now this is more not at home. That's the new
Elegant
one.
and Inspired.
Elegant and Inspired. So, but now the new one, Vij is at Home, and I love the subtitle. Relax, honey. And you can just hear you saying
it
that.
was important.
But now you're both in Vancouver, but in Toronto, we all know about you, which is so un-Toronto, to recognize all the stuff that's coming out of Vancouver. But you've got two great restaurants, so tell us where they are, because I know Torontonians love to go there. And tell us exactly where they are in Vancouver.
Well, we're on South Granville, and it's on 11th and Granville. So the exact address is 1480 Vancouver, British Columbia. We do not take reservations.
West 11. 1480 West 11th.
Okay, so you don't really know where you are, but they'll get the gist of it.
I did say that about the 11th. Okay, sorry.
So those spices starting to act up on you.
1480 West 11th Avenue, Vancouver, British Columbia. We don't take reservations. It's first come, first serve. The idea behind coming to the restaurant is that you come to our house and we'll take care of you.
Hi, how are you? Good, how are you?
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you everybody for coming. Vikram did touch upon it, that this is basically, you come to our house and this is what we would cook. The difference is this: with the first cookbook, it's my wedding anniversary, it's a special dinner party. I'm going to spend all day Saturday, 3 or 4 hours, and I'm going to cook up a feast at a dinner party. That's the first one, and you are invited to my dinner party. The second cookbook is more in the Indian cultural fashion of you happen to be driving by my house, you knocked on my door, and here's what my family is eating for dinner, and come on in and join me. So that is, when I was writing the two books, that was the mind frame of the different books. One is definitely more intricate recipes, it's for dinner parties, a little bit more, not a little, well it depends, labor intensive recipes. This one is more, well, it says elegant in one and relaxed in the other. And that's really what the recipes represent. And I don't think that you can say one is better than the other. It's all about what kind of a mood you're in. I do think that, these are easier to make and they're less time consuming than these, but I don't think that our Relax Honey recipes are any less delicious. It's just, again, like I said, it's about what kind of a mood you're in terms of cooking, in terms of eating. Yes, this book, the new one, has a lot more vegetarian in there. The reason for that is that Vikram and I had a bit of a change in our home diets about 5 years ago, and whereas Vikram used to eat a lot more meat.
I still do.
No, you not as much still. I just said, okay, you know what? The family rules are going to change a little bit about eating, and everywhere from our health, from the environment, in terms of animal welfare, we've made the effort that, okay, if we're eating at home, let's say 7 nights of the week, which is not really the case, but let's just say 7 nights of the week we're eating at home, 5 of those 7 nights are vegetarian. The other 2 nights, well, you haven't spent money on the meat those 5 nights, so actually, without changing the balance of your wallet or your bank account, we eat organic meats, we eat free-range meats, we eat natural meats, it depends on what the meat is, we eat local meats, we eat better meats twice a week versus cheaper but cheaper meats more often. So that's what the book represents, is let's go the vegetarian route a little bit more. Here are the meat recipes. And the meat recipes in this book, yes, we do have the rack of lamb. Another thing I'm trying to stress is stewed meats, right? North America, stewed meats are not that big of a deal. We know about steaks, we know about the tenderloin, but we don't really remember that, you can get organic stewed meat at a much lower cost than the steaks and the tenderloin. And so one thing that I do think matches beautifully are the stewed meats with Indian spices. And if you can go out and get the nerve to do it, get a pressure cooker, and the stewed meats taste even better in about a half an hour versus the 2 hours of stewing, and it's energy efficient, and that's what this book has. Or what do we do at home? What are our tricks in terms of, like cutting corners in terms of time, health aspect of it. How do we buy the more expensive food without, again, like I said, without it having a difference in terms of what we're spending on food? And I hope you all enjoy it.
you're in the kitchen mostly, aren't you?
During the daytime.
Yeah, you
Yes,
are. And
during
you're
the
out, you're
On the floor running.
which is such a different. Usually it's the other way around. When you've got couples in the kitchen, it's usually the man's in the kitchen and the woman's out front. Now is that something you just because you both cook? I mean, you're both
14 years
both cook,
ago,
yeah, you both cook.
when we opened the restaurant up, I knew that we were going to do something different with the food.
Right.
And I thought, if I am not on the floor selling the food that we are
Right.
representing, who is going to be a better
Right.
person for that? So I came out on the floor. I kind of ran the
Right.
floor a little bit, welcomed everybody,
Yeah.
because it was a different cuisine. It wasn't like
No, you had to sell the
Yeah.
cuisine.
you have to
You had
sell
to
the
sell-
cuisine.
yeah.
You know, I had to literally
Yeah.
take people's hands and say, you know what, just try
It's
it
okay.
once.
Yeah.
If
Don't
you
be
don't like
nervous.
it,
Yeah.
don't pay for it. But at least just give me the time and the effort to try my cuisine. And then after that, you know, you can sit
But you're
decide.
known for that. I mean, even in Toronto here, people say when they've been to the restaurant, that's what we keep hearing. And I'm sorry to say, I have not eaten there. I stood in line, couldn't stay any longer. But the lineup is fun. I mean, it's so much more pleasant to be there. It's like you're at home. It's not this, give you the once over. Can I make it into the restaurant or not? You're just so accommodating like that, which is refreshing.
It's
in
a fun
many
place.
ways.
Yeah, we try. It's a fun place. If we have fun, right?
Well,
After
you've gotta have
15
fun,
years,
otherwise it
after
doesn't
15
permeate,
years,
right?
if we're still
And you're
having
still
fun,
enjoying it?
we're still laughing in the kitchen, right, all day long.
Still happily married.
Yeah.
For the
You're
most-
thinking about it. You're fun. But no, it is good because it is hard to be at the workplace
there's
all
no
the
such
time.
thing as being happily married. I've decided after
Uh-huh.
all the married couples, but we
Yes.
are creatively married.
Yeah.
So
Very well
yes,
said.
we are.
So
Yeah.
thank you for
So,
coming to Toronto and congratulations with this, but we know this is going to be equally a bestseller. Now I will say though, can I have one comment as a bookseller? The colors are beautifully enriched, but they're so similar. The spines
Yeah.
though, or how are we going to have to do it? See? The beautiful spine, like that. Different color on there.
So here's the thought. When the cookbook was coming out, I did mention to Meeru and said, Meeru, it is kind of similar. Maybe we could do something different. And again, because it was her cookbook, I didn't want to get into it too much, other than the fact that, I do like the cover.
Yeah.
And it was her baby, and I said, you go for it. And she was told by D&M what to do. and
No,
so-
no. I do. I love the cover, and my
Oh, it's
rationale.
beautiful.
My rationale
I
for it,
just
what
think-
came out of the creative
Yeah.
process of doing the cover was something similar.
Yep.
Not on purpose, right?
No.
It just came out. Sometimes you give birth to two children that look alike, and sometimes you give birth to two children who are totally different. But what that natural genetic
Yeah,
process
it all
of
comes
what
in.
that child looks like,
Yeah.
you gotta embrace it for what it turns
It's a
out
fun
to
comment
be.
because these
So,
are both going to be big
yeah.
bestsellers. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thanks.
much.